But when I speak things into existence, especially in my life, when I start talking about the fact that there's no money, when I start talking about the fact there's no opportunity, when I start talking about the fact there's no way to get out of this, that's impossible. These things, you're using the word, which is one of the most powerful gifts that we have on this planet as human beings. I want you to think about this. Now, if God, Allah, Buddha, Tao, the Ashe and Amen, all are words that have the same similar things, but they're from different cultures. Think about this for a second. Ra, the Egyptian sun god. If you think about these words, is it a coincidence that they all have a certain sound to them? And is it a coincidence that in prayer, the most solid thing you can say after a prayer in Christianity is Amen? Mm-hmm. The most solid thing to say, this is what it is. It is done, it is so, is Amen. So, when you start using your words loosely, in this place we call the world, you may not be aware of the power that you have, but you are setting into motion certain things for yourself and possibly for other people. The power of the word is so powerful that if you don't use it correctly, it can do damage, it can destroy, or it can build. And we have to understand that this stuff is not by coincidence. There's ancient dialects that aren't spoken anymore, whether they're forgotten for whatever reason. But people who know the power of the word. I said this before, when you spell your name out, you're actually putting out a spell. And a spell is not the hocus pocus, ooh, oh my God, I can't believe this, da-da-da. But a spelling of your name is actually a spell. And my name, my full name, means something. It's a sentence. It has a meaning to it. So when my parents called my full name, y'all know about this. Your mother said by your full name, she called you by that full name, you would jump up right away and say, oh my God, what did I do? But when we name our children, we name them good names, we name them gifted names. It's a call to action in terms of what their destiny is supposed to be. So as we move through the day and we use the word so loosely and without any consideration or conversation, we're not aware of what can happen. Certain people's words are more powerful than others. Certain people have the gift. So it is imperative that you are impeccable with your word only because you don't know what you may bring on. And for the people who do know, you have a larger and higher responsibility in terms of what your word is. Now, we all slack. You know what I'm saying? I love to curse. Sometimes I feel like if I don't curse, my point doesn't get across. But as we get older and as we get wiser, we have to start thinking about the power of the word and how we can actually start building people up or destroying people. I have a thing about bullies. I don't like bullies. I really don't dig bullies. And I have a thing about people who put people to the side, and they talk about them and they say this thing and have people feel like they're not comfortable in a certain place. And they're using their words in a certain situation. But you have to understand that a lot of times when you are dogging somebody, you never know what kind of favor they have. So dog the wrong person, and whatever you send out to them will come back to you. The power of the word is extremely important. You can actually create things for yourself. I say this all the time. Sometimes the reason why your prayer didn't manifest is not because it wasn't answered, but because when you left church on Sunday, on Monday you said it couldn't happen. Mm-hmm. Now, without going too deep, if you are made in the image and everything that's in God is in you, and he gives you free will, and he says, I'm listening, but at the same time, take some actions for your words, then at the end of the day, you are actually creating the space that you are in. It is quite possible, and I'm not saying this is so, it is quite possible, and I'm on my journey, I'm thinking, I'm reading, I'm doing my thing, and I'm meditating, but it's quite possible that the things that you are saying, or that you did say yesterday, actually created the place that you are in today. That the fact that you have not a dime in your pocket has nothing to do with your ability and your skill set, but has to do with the fact that you've actually created the space of poverty or brokenness, whatever you want to call it. If you truly understand that what you say you believe, what you think you believe, and what you put out to the universe comes back to you, then how about you're responsible for your situation through the power of the word? How about that? Just think about that. What if I have the means and the opportunity right here, right now, in this place to change my entire situation in this moment? Now, you can't just say it, but the intention and the belief behind it and the sponsoring thought behind it actually creates what comes out of your mouth. And for all you people on Twitter, you have to understand that just because you ain't say it, if you look at somebody's profile, if you look at somebody, how they talk throughout the day, if you take the sum of what they are, of what they're saying, you might possibly find the sum of who they are. And I look at Twitter sometimes, look at some of these conversations, and what I've tried to do is I try to start my process with saying something, in the morning, of just saying thank you, of being thankful for things that I have. And even in those times when I get crazy, I'm like, yo, Ty, you wake up, B. How you going to be this person and then talk about like what's not there? I say to you today, the power of the word is stronger than we have ever been taught and what we think. It is so strong. Not the power of the word by somebody who's been ordained or said, listen, this person has all the power, but the power that you were given when you came to this planet. Most of us forgot. Most of us are Plutopia and solar surfing, and we came to this planet, we forgot how to solar surf. I promise you. Most of us have gifts that have been pushed down so far and so deep that we don't understand it. So most of us have the power to create things by just saying them or thinking them, but we don't understand it because it's a little muddled. Rediscover the power of your word, and I say to everybody, let's try to be more responsible about what we say in our own lives, how it affects other people, and how it affects situations. We can change the world today. I promise you, this is not no craziness, and the world is not everybody, but we can change our own worlds today by simply being conscious of what we speak into existence. This is the Plutopia moment, Beehive FM, your $10,000 giveaway station. We created that from the power of the word hello.
Absolutely.
And we are solar surfing right here, right now on Beehive FM. Let's go.